developing that information base so that we map the whole of Africa, and we are doing so in partnership with the government of South Korea. We started with a sample of a few countries like Zambia, Mozambique, and Tanzania, but now we are going to cover the whole of Africa. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honourable Minister. And to Ghana.
Thank you. Just to buttress what he said, in Ghana as well, we are also trying to map out all the areas, develop a cadastral system that will be online to ensure that when we can get exploration investment coming in. And we have also noticed that one of the issues that companies have raised is in respect of our value-added tax for exploration companies. And we have brought this to the attention of the government, and we are holding engagements with the Ministry of Finance to ensure that we can take away these taxes to promote investment in exploration. Thank you.
Wonderful, thank you. To Burkina Faso.
Thank you. Coming to Burkina Faso, we have made some effort in attracting investment in exploration, because in the Mining Act, we made some effort in exemption taxes during the exploration and construction period, so to allow the investor to come to invest. And then we have set up the fund during the production period to reinforce the capacity of our National Geological Survey to build the capacity and to do is how exploration. And then, yeah, we also have some a good mining cadastre, which is now being put online, so then the investor can have some information. Even they have they are in a country. You mean you don't know? You don't have to come to Burkina Faso before getting information about the geological information. You can Google it, choose our mining cadastre, and then you can proceed to get a license. So we are busy on it. So I think is the best way. Thank you.
Thank you, Honourable Minister. Zimbabwe.
Thank you, Moderator. Of late in Zimbabwe, we've had encountered the problems whereby exploration companies, they come and they don't declare exactly what they found underground. So we've come up with a system whereby our geosurvey department was recapacitated to do extensive exploration in areas where exploration has been done before. For example, in the northern part of Zimbabwe, Mobile exploited for oil 30 years ago, and they said there was nothing. This year, another company came after we'd done extensive exploitation. We invited another company to come and explore, and they found that there was a very large deposit of oil. I think they'll be starting to mine there early next year. So we are also developing an online cadastral system so that whoever is out there will see what we have before coming. We've also advised operating companies to do further exploration on their established operations, like in the Great Lake, with companies like St. and Mimosa. They are doing further exploration to ascertain, the size of the deposit they have for mine planning and the development. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much indeed. Over to Sierra Leone.
Yeah, thank you. We have problems with exploration because one of the licenses that we give out is for exploration, and this normally takes something like 4 years. One of the problems we have with that is that it's creating problems with communities where these mining companies operate. For instance, The agreement when you have an exploration license is that you are not bound to do anything insofar as corporate social responsibility is concerned, although we encourage mining companies to pay respect to the people whose communities they are mining in so many different ways. One way we mean to get around that, like I've said, is by reviewing our Mines and Minerals Act. There is a first come, first served clause in it. Personally, I don't think that's right. What we want to move up to is competitive bidding, so that there's something out there you want to explore. It's not going to be first come, first served. As many people as are interested will come, and we'll do due diligence, and we'll choose who we think is best insofar as our own interests are concerned. Another way we are trying to deal with this is by doing what the ambassador just said. We have got money from the World Bank for aeromagnetic mapping of our minerals. We think that when we know what we have, and beyond that, we are looking to see if the mapping will include what we have and how much of it we have and where we have that, and so that will help us in negotiating with people who come in with their dollars and want to exploit our mining resources. It has to be a win-win situation for all of us, and that's the direction in which we are going at the moment.
Thank you very much, and over to our host.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Moderator. A few lessons that we learned regarding the question you've asked. First, when we started, it was solely the government doing preliminary exploration and prospecting. But then the big mining houses came in, for instance, De Beers, Anglo-American, BP, and did explorations, had some findings. The law compels everybody to deposit their findings with the Geological Institute. But we then later discovered that some of these big mining houses, when they see that the deposit is small, they disregard it. Until we agreed with the junior mining houses that they come in, and they actually inherited some of these discovered smaller deposits, and I think you are one of the beneficiaries of that.
I was one of the discoverers.
Oh, okay. So, we now believe that exploration, expensive as it is, should not only be confined to those that have money. We believe that the junior mining houses should also partake in this. And we are still grappling with the issue of how we can put together packages of how we can attract more to do a lot more exploration and prospecting. There is, however, an emerging scenario which is making us have sleepless nights. I was talking about citizen empowerment and participation a few moments ago. We've seen a lot of our citizens having interest in exploration and prospecting, but of course they do not have the resources. However, in their bid to do what is required of them, they have gone to countries in the north, Europe, the Americas, to look for partners to start prospecting. And in the process, it has caused us a lot of consternation in that this has in turn led to a lot of speculative tendencies, and in the process delay the whole process of prospecting and exploration. it is something that we believe we will have to deal with and ensure that much as we like to empower citizens and much as we'd like to have foreigners coming in, we must have a middle ground where both parties will be able to have that win-win situation that Chanda was talking about. So these are some of the challenges that we have, but for every challenge that there is, solutions are abound for as long as we apply our minds to how we find a better solution to the problem. I thank you.
Thank you very much, Honourable Minister. If I could just beg the audience's indulgence to give a 1-minute story about the discovery, which I think is quite apposite. In 1969, De Beers discovered a very, very small kimberlite in the Irapa province of Botswana. Fast forward to the turn of this century, with the advent of modern technology, of course, is the second theme of this conference. The kimberlite was seen to be much larger and potentially economic. Fast forward a few more years and following a junior mining approach, which is somewhat different, as we know, to a major mining approach, that deposit is now called Karowe Mine. It's a model diamond mine both in Botswana and for the world. And very importantly, from a financial perspective too, it produced dividends for its shareholders in its second year. And to the original African Diamonds shareholders who developed the deposit, and I was the MD of African Diamonds, it gave a 25 times return on their investment. So it just shows what can be done with modern technology and with different thinking in terms of releasing what I believe as well is there to be a phenomenal resource potential on the African continent. I move on to my penultimate question. This is a slightly more philosophical one, so please, if you could keep to the 3 minutes, and you've all done so well so far, so thank you so much indeed. And I ask this question because it comes out of the Joburg Indaba of last week, where, as many of you might know, South Africa released its mining charter, I think its 4th mining charter last week. And a very famous offshore investment fund manager who puts millions, if not billions of dollars into the mining industry said he couldn't get past page 4 because of its complexity. So in order, and I'm going to take that question and try and phrase it in a way which will be meaningful for our panel and for the delegates. And the question is, how do you balance internal political demands with external competition for the investment dollar? Your Excellency, you've got the hardest question because you have the broadest church.
I think the best approach is really dialogue. And also in that dialogue, I think both sides should have technical capacity. If there is no technical capacity, I think an element of mistrust is going to arise. I'll give you a quick story which arises from the area discussion. 2 actually. One, an African country was exploring for oil for several years using a private company, and nothing came out. And the head of that country decided that he needed to develop local capacity. So he sent out young ones to go and learn the exploration, engineering, economics, and all the other issues. They came back and established the unit. Within 5 years, that unit was operational and they discovered the oil. Another African countries advertised for oil exploration and later discovered that companies were using the exploration licenses to go and get funding, which they used to invest in other sectors. So the question of really having technically competent people on both sides is very, very important, so that you discuss in detail and bring out evidence. When there's that evidence, there's real dialogue and mutual trust. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Nice one. Honourable Minister from Ghana.
Thank you. I think that he made the critical point. The issue of trust is key because the resource-rich countries, the population needs to see that they are deriving some benefit from the resources. So when you see mining companies come into your country and take away your resources and develop their countries, and your country is not actually getting any gain from the mining that is taking place, then there is a huge issue. So to balance the political position and the investor's position, trust is key. We both have to take actions to ensure that we are seeing the benefit to both sides. If the population is not seeing the benefit to the country, then there is a problem. That is why in Ghana we are now trying to build on our lessons from mining gold in our country. Mining gold, we have exported all our ore in the raw states without doing any refinery, without undertaking any activities in the downstream value chain. And therefore we are losing out. Now we have huge deposits of bauxite, and we have learned from what we have done in the gold industry. And now we have instituted a bauxite authority to manage the bauxite resource, to ensure that right from the beginning, we are going to institute an integrated bauxite industry. So any investor who wants to come and mine the bauxite is now, we are now going to obtain commitments from him regarding the downstream integrated bauxite activities. And I think when we are able to do this throughout all the mining activities, we'll build that trust, and there will be a win-win situation for both the country and the investors. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Burkina Faso?
Thank you. So, in Burkina Faso, we faced this problem in 2015 when we were revising our Mining Act. And then we had a discussion, national discussion, involving NGO, local community, and government. So, yeah, it was very, very difficult to have an agreement between different actors. So that's why we proposed to set a fund to build the capacity of our National Geological Survey. Then he can explore and give the result to the state, and then we can negotiate properly with the foreign company. So another aspect is that we have set up a national agency for formalizing artisanal mines. So we deliver also some license for artisanal mining. So it was to build the national capacity in exploitation of gold. So we like the national investor to be involved in mining exploitation. But we also made a balance between bigger company with the national investor. So then we can have a win-win situation. But now, yeah, I can see local community population, they are agree with the current mining act. But we still have some, maybe some aspect to reinforce. That's, we are busy on it. So we're still discussing. It's not easy, but we hope we'll find a good solution. Thank you.
Thank you. Maybe the most difficult challenge with the new government in Zimbabwe. How do you balance this?
Thank you, moderator. Of late, we've had the problems in Zimbabwe. When we discovered diamonds, a lot of companies came, some from the Chinese. What these guys did when they came, they just mined diamonds, displayed some people wasting there. No land rehabilitation was done, no compensation to the community was done. So the government will come with a share ownership trust whereby companies who displace people to do something in the community, like maybe building houses for the displaced community, schools, roads and so forth, and the land rehabilitation. I think what's needed to be done now maybe is openness between the investor and the government. Everything has to be transparent so as to protect the investment of property. What we are doing in Zimbabwe, like I indicated, we're coming up with policies in every mineral. So far we've done the lithium policy. Like I indicated, we are also conducting other stakeholders for the diamond policy. What's most important for the community to benefit through beneficiation of minerals. Like one speaker has said that Zambian copper is passing through Botswana on way to markets in Europe. We need to improve on mineral beneficiation for the benefit of our communities. On the political point of view, when the people do not benefit from their resources, then there will be problems, especially on us politicians. So which means there has to be a balance between the two, investor and the state. In my country, we are putting control measures for all investors who come, so that before they invest, we speak to them about investing back to the community. How much are they willing to invest back to the community? Thank you.
Thank you very much. Sierra Leone?
Yes. It's a real problem we have here, this internal politics versus the almighty external dollar. It's a new government in Sierra Leone, and we've been in office for only about 6 months now. Now, one of the things I found out when I took over as minister was that we had mining licenses scattered all over the place, given out to so many people. We really did not know who truly owned these mining licenses, shadowy figures. But what I did as minister was to take a look at what we had, who was meeting his or her own responsibility as a license holder. And we managed to cancel 40 of those licenses. And what that has done for us is that we have been able to reduce the number of, well, I won't call them illegal because somehow they got these licenses, but they were not doing what they were supposed to be doing. And amongst them, between them, they own something like 60–70% of possible mining areas. This has been reduced to less than 19% with the cancellation of these licenses. And what we intend to do is to be sure that we really know the face behind the license, because what happens is that foreign investors go, especially with mining, artisanal mining, because we don't give these to foreigners, we only give them to nationals. They go through nationals who acquire these licenses, and the investors in the background will exploit our mineral resources if and when they can. So for now, we have put a hold on that. We have even put a hold on the issuing of licenses because we want to know who is the face behind the dollar. It's a big problem, but we are finding ways around it, and I think it may take time, but we will be able to get to the bottom of it. It's one source of corruption, and we will have to say so, because what happens is that these people who get these licenses normally would not get them. And because we have cancelled some of these licenses, some people are making political capital of it. And political temperature is not quite what it should be because of that. But again, with proper public education, we are slowly getting on top of the situation. I think we need to be able to know who is who wants to do what
document you're talking about? What did you say to us?
It's the latest mining charter.
The mining charter in RSA. But from the sentiments expressed by the person who read it, can only conclude that, and this is a lesson we must learn as actors in the mining industry, that in our quest, at times in our quest to be innovative, we end up being sophisticated to the point where the product is not smart. And in the human resource adage, smart simply means simple, measurable, actionable, realistic, and time-bound. Therefore, whatever that we do, we must be aiming for people to understand it. Very simple terms. And it must be something that is actionable, that can help us to achieve more within a short space of time. So, simplicity does not necessarily mean that you are not smart. You have to be smart to do things and achieve greater things. So, I hope as we do whatever we'll be doing in our respective mining houses and respective governments, we'll take cognizance of the fact that we need to continuously improve the way we do things and therefore innovate. But that does not mean creating barriers for people to take action on things that would help us realize our dreams. Thank you.
Thank you very much indeed. Very wise words, Honourable Minister. My very final question, and I'm going to allow 2 minutes for this because I'm mindful of trying to catch up a bit of time here, and it's one of my favourite questions. It's something I have to do actually all the time for my company, and I think you gentlemen and ladies may have to do it for your country and continent too. Consider a scenario where you have to pitch your country or your continent for a multi-million-dollar exploration mining investment. You've got 2 minutes to pitch this to a potential investor who could put his money, or her money, anywhere else in the world. Your Excellency.
It's not very easy, because you can stabilize the process, but given the history of the nature of exploration in Africa, one, I'll tell them that we need your services. And for us to be sure that we are getting value for money, you will be measured. We are going to have local capacity to monitor every exploration activity that we are undertaking, and we need it to be completed within a defined time frame. If there are problems, come back to us and we shall facilitate. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Short and sweet to the point. Ghana. I'm not going to ask the audience to vote, by the way, so but you can mention this to the delegates afterwards.
Ghana has engaged in mining for over 100 years. It's a very stable economy politically. We believe in the rule of law. Your investments in the country will be protected. Our laws do not promote nationalization, and therefore your investments will be protected. As long as you are willing to work ethically and sustainably, the Ghanaian government will partner with you to undertake your projects in the country, and we expect that at the end of the day, the activities that you are undertaking in the country will benefit the people of Ghana, as well as you obtaining revenue from your investment. You are welcome to Ghana.
Thank you very much. Great sales pitch.
Thank you.
Burkina Faso.
Yeah, it's that question. Okay, let's try. So, I think Burkina Faso is a new mining country. We now have maybe 15 years of mining exploitation, but the good thing is that we benefit from the former countries, the whole country, all mine country. So we learn from them, and we have now a good, suitable mining coal act. So, yeah, to secure the investment, we have made some effort in securing the investment. We have one office which is composed of army to protect the investment. We have also a unique model of convention for the whole mine, for the mining company. So we have some also taxes institution. So then, yeah, for me, Burkina Faso is doing well, and for sure you can invest.
Thank you very much, sir. Over to Zimbabwe.
Thank you, Moderator. The first thing I will tell the investor is that Zimbabwe is open for business. Zimbabwe is a basket where Mother Nature has placed all jewelry. So come and invest in Zimbabwe. Your tenure is well protected and secured. The security of investment. We've also started some tax rebates equipment that will be coming for exploration. There is also 100% shareholding for all other minerals except diamonds and platinum. Yeah, 100%.
Except
diamonds.
Sorry to interrupt you, sir.
And also the negotiated royalties. So come and invest in Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe is open for business. My new government is welcoming all investors, regardless of color or race. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Over to Sierra Leone.
Yes, we have come a long way since the war years in Sierra Leone. We are investor friendly now, no blood diamonds. You can come and find out for yourselves. I want to say here that the moderator is witness to what I am saying because he was doing business in Sierra Leone. He left because he sold to somebody with more money. Come to us as long as you are ready to work with us and obey our laws and do something for our mining communities and our mining people. Take care of them, we'll take care of you. You're welcome.
Thank you, sir. And Honourable Ms. Valali.
Thank you. I think I already did the pitch. But as I did say, we are free to do business with us, as we've always proved to the world that there's a country that is ready to do business with anybody. Sanctity of contracts, respect for property rights, the security, bringing in, taking out your money, as long as it's done ethically. A happy nation, a nation that is always welcoming. These are the things that we say you should experience, but you should also not just come to do mining. You must experience our culture and our wilderness. The best World Heritage Site in Africa is here in the Okavango Delta. The best parks are here in Botswana. Not zoos, parks. Where you'll drive for hours and hours in a park and you will not see any human being except the animals that you want to see. And in turn, we expect you to leave as much of your money here as possible to benefit the people of this country. And thank you.
Thank you very much indeed, Honourable Minister. On that positive note, ladies and gentlemen, I think you've clearly heard Africa is open for business, and using that phrase from Star Trek, and I'm an unashamed Trekkie, it is the undiscovered country And as long as we come and do business in a fair and equitable way and in partnership with the government and in communities, I can only see this being a great success. So thank you very much indeed for your time, Honourable Ministers, Your Excellency, and for you delegates for participating in this session. Thank you very much indeed.